What if you had to wear a little badge, a monitor of some sort on your skin in order to go to college or high school? Take a look at this.
Last week, Oakland University announced plans to have students and staff wear something called a bio button. It tracks your temperature, your heart rate, and your respiratory rate. So what is a bio button? Oakland University says it's another tool in the fight against COVID. The button sticks to your upper chest and tracks potential signs of COVID before symptoms appear.
What the company has done is reverse engineered from COVID positive patients what the very beginnings of COVID infection look like. And so its algorithms are slowly learning better and better how to catch COVID as early as possible, before you start coughing, before you feel bad.
The bio button is linked to your phone, which sparked privacy concerns. Oakland University says the data will not be shared with anyone and highly encourages students and staff on campus to think about wearing one.
What would you do if your school was going to put a bio button on you? Well, this story leads us to a segment we haven't done for a very long time, but it's one of my favorites. It's time for High Wire Hero. And this week, our High Wire hero is Tyler Dixon, who goes to the very school we just saw, wanted to have bio buttons on everybody. I'm joined right now by Tyler Dixon. Tyler, so obviously this idea of wearing a bio button, you weren't too hot on it. What was the plan? The school was going to mandate this thing?
Yeah, so the bio button was going to be required for anyone who wanted to live on campus, so that's a good chunk right there. Student athletes and OU cabinet members. And so
what did
basically...
what did you think of this idea?
I was actually shocked at first. It kind of felt like I was having like a weird dystopian dream. So I was super against it. I actually was talking to a couple of my friends who actually didn't know about it. And when we discussed it, they were like, oh, I wish there was something to sign. I wish we could do something against this. And I was like, we can. So I started a petition the Friday it was announced. And by that Monday, the following Monday, it had been made optional for all students, and 2,500 people had signed it.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you actually achieved it. You simply put pressure, change.org, you went out. Did you have to campaign for it? How did the word spread to over 2,000 students?
Honestly, I have no idea. I had no intention of it getting this big ever. I figured like our student Congress president would see it and maybe he would have a discussion with somebody and then it would work out. But people just started sharing it. I'm actually a server as well. And that Saturday after I shared it, someone was telling me about it. They were like, you go to Oakland, you know they're doing this? And I was like, oh my gosh, everybody knows about it now. So it started spreading, and which I was grateful for. It got a lot of attention to it, and hopefully it sets a precedent with stuff like that.
You know, it's such a great story, and it's why we like to celebrate stories like this, Tyler, because I think we think these things seem so big, so insurmountable. You know, we were just talking to Deirdre Imus, saying just go to your school and have a conversation. You can make changes by, you know, simple acts and efforts, by simply just putting up a change.org, talking to a couple of friends. You shifted where, you know, how draconian your school was going to be. Has anyone congratulated you on it, or are you just like the silent superhero?
I've actually gotten a lot of support and praise from friends, from faculty, from people I'd never even met, reaching out to me saying, hey, I was against this. I didn't want it to cause a commotion or anything, but I was grateful to once somebody else was basically the first person to step up and do it. Very few people that I've talked to were actually pro bio button, so it was cool to kind of realize everyone was on the same page.
It's amazing how those things work out. Well, Tyler, you are our High Wire Hero of the Week. I want to thank you for making the effort and obviously making a difference in your environment, in your world, in your school. And hopefully as this story spreads across the nation, you've now set a precedent that bio buttons may not be that popular on college campuses in America, and I would guess anywhere else in the world. So thank you for joining us, Tyler, and thank you for being a hero.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, take care.
If you like that clip, then be sure to check out our live broadcast of The High Wire every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific Time. You can watch it on Facebook, iTunes, and Twitter. We'll see you there.